In the 10 overs, it's been very eventful. 49 for 2. Terrific shot. Now this is when Shweta decided to venture out and attack. 2 boundaries back to back for Shweta. This was the better of the two. And then this happened. Absolutely bamboozled by the one that kept straight. It was a well calculated shot, I thought, because someone had to take the risk at that time. And even though this catch was spilled, it didn't cost Bangladesh a much, as almost immediately the stumps were rattled. All in all, 49 for 2. India A at the halfway stage of this innings. Winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Shweta's 13 or 20 would be something that will be talked about for a while. Chetri was excellent for her 22 of 20, as she was assuming more responsibility with Shweta not going great guns initially. Brinda's 10 of 12. Trisha 3 of 8, but can always kick into the next gear. That's the kind of batter she is.
Oh yes, after 10 overs, India A 49 for 2 with 8 wickets in hand. They'll want to believe they can add that much needed muscle power towards the latter stages of their innings and get maybe somewhere close to 120.
49 for 2.
It's been a very good bowling performance, just the one extra so far, and that's exactly what they did yesterday as well against Pakistan and Bangladesh. They have been very tidy and disciplined with their lines and bowling performance.
I think the message would have been clear in that huddle that was formed at the halfway mark. And a few bottles of water which had more messages in them. Up the ante. India A, they bat deep, and there isn't a better time to start off teeing. Shanjida. Excellent to start off with Shanjida. Someone who assesses the conditions so well, doesn't she? Just the slower delivery when it matters the most. Teasing the batter till the end if she wants to go for the big shot.
This time gives the charge. Has she got the distance on it? Oh, that's beautifully struck over long off. Vrinda Dinesh has just produced a wonderful hit. Just like the way she used her feet, backed herself. Great footwork.
Signs of aggression right away. Oh, what a shot, getting to the pitch of the ball and then tonking it away. And the region that she selected as well, marvellous to watch. Longoff was just a spectator. It's the second time that the spinners landed it in the same area, and a back foot shot has been played off a delivery that didn't bounce as much as the batter expected initially. But the way Vrinda has adjusted has been sensational to watch. 16 or 15 now.
There again, uses the feet, inside out. Another very, very good shot from her, and it rolls away to the boundary as well. Absolute batting masterclass in the middle from the bat of Vrinda Dinesh. She races to 20.
She's picked a spot here. And it was so good to see the control aspect of the shot. Never wanted to go full throttle, never wanted to go for a 6. Just like a spitting cobra. Uses only as much venom as required for the prey.
Just like the way she picked her spot and the way she presented her bat, there was no follow through. Just timed it. Everything good, so elegant about her shot making. And she knows her field.
Well planned, but not well executed. Trying to access that gap behind square is not a bad idea at all. Vrinda is a little disappointed. She's looking at the bat in dismay.
And what she's done, she's just caught Bangladesh by surprise with this blitzkrieg in this over. A 6 over long off, a 4 over extra cover. She's just about shaken them up in the field.
Trisha misses this one. The ball's doing something after pitching as well, and it's not turned. 11 overs later, 60 for 2 India A.
take a look at the shots from the bat, but this one was bowled much slower and just imparted a bit of turn as well. What I've liked about Vrinda's batting is she also challenged the fielder in the deep in that 6, Suhas. Long off was in position. She backed herself and went over long off, and then just adjusted her stance a bit in the next shot that she played over extra cover.
Just love the fact that she's played an extravagant shot, but that didn't stop her from playing a shot where she had to curtail her follow through. That's the clarity with which she presents her bat, Vrinda. So good to watch when she's on song. 21 or 17 already, and just get a feeling that she's going to be the one to add respectability to the total, because Trisha is struggling a little bit. But that's gone through, and it's missed everything. Some deliveries are so good that not just the batter, but even the keeper has no clue about it.
And it missed the leg stump as well, so close to the leg stump. 4 byes coming in, but how close was this? Kept low, and it missed everything. 4 lucky runs, and the momentum is just shifting back in India's favour. Vrinda in the middle is also creating some wonderful moments with the bat.
It's known as a corridor of uncertainty for a reason. And it's the one that does not turn that's troubling the batters a little more as they wait for the turn. I think the template is broken. The template of not using spinners with a shorter boundaries, that's broken. If you can keep it away from the hitting arc and make it difficult for the batter to target the straighter boundaries, you can be very effective as a spinner, is what Rabia has shown.
This time again inside out over covers. That will go for another boundary, and that's what Vrinda Dinesh has done so successfully this morning. Anything pitched up, anything in the arc, she's backed herself. Once again a boundary that will certainly ease the pressure in the dugout.
Intentions have been made clear, execution's been perfect, and there's something about Vrinda and the love affair with the offside. Inside out supposed to be one of the more difficult shots to play, but not for Vrinda. Races on to 25 of just 20. This time through the leg side. She's called for 2. Don't think the second's available. Very good throw as well. Just loving the contest. This battle within a battle. Rabia hasn't been giving away boundaries for a long time. Now she's been hit away for 4. Trisha will feel a little easier after the boundary has already been achieved in the over by Vrinda.
This time Trisha gives the charge, gets a single towards long off. India is playing attacking cricket at the moment. They don't want Bangladesh to come back into the game. I'm sure that water break certainly was a message to go out there and express yourself, and Vrinda has done that.
False start. You've got to be absolutely sure as a bowler you are thriving on rhythm, and with the boundary ropes which are getting squeezed in, you've got to be absolutely sure. Oh, good ball. The fact that Vrinda had played the shot and could almost turn and see the ball go away from her tells you how slow and in control Rabia was. 12 overs later, 70 for 2.
After 12 overs. A reminder to stay hydrated and keep your eyes on the ball, especially if you're young children.
After 10 overs it was 49 for 2, and after 12 it's 70 for 2. That's the acceleration that India A have brought to the innings, and this is nothing but adding a lot of pressure on the field on Bangladesh A. They've got 21 runs in the last 12 deliveries. Just goes to show the kind of impact they've made with the bat.
The Bangladeshi supporters, they've started to throng Tim Kwong Recreation Ground. Is it good enough contact? No, it isn't. Fielder in the deep will pouch it to perfection. And Trisha, who wanted to break free, has found herself a fielder in the deep. India A lose another, and the partnership is broken. Sultana would be all smiles.
Well, that was against the run of play. Trisha not in charge of that particular hit. Didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Finds the fielder at long off. Vrinda Dinesh was at the other end. And look at the gesture by the fielder. She had a message to say as well. Trisha departs for 4. Wicket number 3 goes for India A. It's 70 for 3. And over number 13.
That's your leg stop.
70 for 3 in 12.1, joined by Jaydan Singhani.
Bowling right up
Vrinda
around,
26
trying
or 22. Kanika, who's going to bat for the first time in this tournament. Jay, this is going to be exciting. Kanika Ahuja, the left-handed, sensational cricketer, especially through the offside. Just love to watch her.
I'm excited. I cannot wait. Kanika Ahuja, a few cameos for RCB during the Women's Premier League. She can definitely go big. She's eyeing up that leg side right now.
And love the fearless brand of cricket that Kanika Ahuja subscribes to as well. That 46 versus the UP Warriors in WPL is just etched in memory forever. It's important that Sultana ties Kanika down, but she's unable to do so off the first ball as Kanika is already off the mark.
And I wonder if it's about playing those matchups as well. Kanika Ahuja, she's got a lot of left-arm spinners to contend with. That might be part of the reason why she's in at number 5 today. But against the off-spin, you want the right-hander hitting with the turn. And you can see Vrinda Dinesh as well, 26 off 22. And she's just eyeing up that leg side field. Square leg, deep mid-wicket, back on the fence. That's pushed straight to cover. A good over. Successful one so far. We're halfway through it. India 71 for 3 and that magical total of 120. Can they get there? Can they get beyond 120? India A.
If Kanika gets going, 120 easily. It looks like Vrinda has also shifted gears now that Kanika is still new to the crease. Perhaps India A are assessing that if Vrinda goes for the big shots right now and doesn't clear, that means 2 new batters would be at the crease, adding more pressure. Is it the kind of wicket, Jay, where you need a set batter at all times?
I'm glad you asked that question because every single time a wicket has fallen, we've seen a bit of a slowdown. So there's a learning curve for batters on this wicket. Oh, almost carried. An optimistic appeal for run out. But look, once again, that turn we were talking about. And you want to play those matchups. Kanika Ahuja trying to hit against the spin to the off spinner on a turning surface. Just not quite playing those percentages.
That's a good shot. With mid-on up in the circle, Kanika had made sure that she clears with ease. First boundary for Kanika Ahuja. 76 for 3 at the end of 13. What a way to end the over.
Yeah, not listening to my advice. Once again, hitting against the spin. But one thing she did well is get to the pitch of the ball. And she knew she wanted to go over mid-on. That's exactly what she did. First boundary for the aggressive left-hander. And of course, if you can put up some nice performances on an individual level in this tournament, you could maybe push your case for national selection. And look at that scorecard. Vrinda Dinesh, the headline act, 27 off 24. She's well set. And ideally, she'd like to bat through to the end. You've got Kanika Ahuja looking aggressive. Shreyanka Patil, Soumya Tiwari, more than capable with the bat. They're still in the dugout.
Remember, this is Vrinda's first ever innings on Hong Kong soil. What a way to get started. 27 of 24. An innings that's bound the Indian innings itself together. Marufa. Now Lata Mondal has realized the importance of a wicket at this stage. So in the middle overs itself, Marufa has got one more over to ball at this time and perhaps save one for the death. Wanting to be cheeky against Marufa, and it works for Vrinda. Surely the V region's behind her now.
Yeah, I love that. Just use the pace of the delivery as well. That extra pace from Marufa Akhtar. I was thinking maybe she was looking to go down the ground. Well, she did go straight, but straight over the head of the keeper.
That's exactly why you pack a protractor in the cricket kit bag. Just love the way she utilizes the angles. Marufa provided the pace, Vrinda provided the placement. And there was no chance for any fielder on an outfield of this kind. What a way to start the over. 80 for 3, leaving no parts of the ground unexplored is Vrinda.
Down the track, misses that one. And just rolled her fingers over that as well, Marufa Akhtar. Good comeback from her.
Exactly, what a good comeback. And you could see the roar that's resonating here at Tim Kong Recreation Ground as Bangladesh A's supporters swarm from all sides. Some of the shots through the offside were just marvellous to watch, especially when the ball wasn't bouncing as much. But Marufa's comeback, as you talked about, phenomenal. That's from the meat of the bat, and don't bother stopping it. It'll disappear beyond the ropes. In fact, one bounce into the fence. Oh, what a good start this is for Vrinda. 2 boundary balls and 3 balls.
Yeah, it was over pitched, and look how stylish that was. Over that fielder at extra cover. You could hear those shouts of shot as well from some of the ground staff here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. I got to say, one of the most stylish shots of the innings.
I think this one was for the coach. One for her heart, one for the coach. The field doesn't change. 4 inside the circle on the offside, including the third man who's inside the circle. Slower delivery, doesn't make good contact. Excellent effort. She stopped at least a couple of runs because Lata Mondal was closing in as the second line of defense if the ball would have gone past Nahida. If you're Marufa at this stage, what are you thinking? Because the slower deliveries, it's something that's very effective already, but you've got to be not so predictable as well. But unlike the bouncer, slower delivery is a threat delivery to the opposition that you can use as many times as you want as well.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Marufa because she's so good at bowling that Yorker. But we have this short boundary that we've spoken about so many times. So you err even a little bit. And you could go, well, you could go the distance, in fact.
For Kanika, it's almost a straight line on the offside. But the ball's on the leg. Nice clear call, no.
That's got to be the single most optimistic appeal of the tournament so far.
Yeah, it's definitely topping the chart for optimism. That would have been out only if you had 6 sets of stumps and on the either side of the 3 that we are allowed to use. Or Marufa. Where is that Yorker though? We haven't seen one yet. Is she saving it all up for the last over?
Last ball coming up. Slow delivery, well bowled. They're going to sneak through for a single nonetheless. Another good over there from India A. A couple of boundaries in that. They're motoring along now. 87 for 3 after 14. 6 overs left, Suhas. If you're India A, what sort of total are you eyeing up?
Now that Kanika has already started to show signs of aggression, and there are 2 batters out there who are middling the ball more often than not. I'm expecting at least 50 in the last 6 if the wickets don't fall. Or 65 and beyond. Marufa and Shanjida might go wicketless at the moment. And it'll go past the keeper. Bit of an edge, but that'll do. Kanika is finding the boundaries one way or the other. And the intentions are clear that she wants to attack the first ball of every over.
Yeah, once again, that's the second time actually that Sultana Khatun has conceded a boundary because of a false shot. And look at that. Oh, Kanika Ahuja charging down the wicket. Sultana Khatun did everything right. She shortened her length as well. Got some turn off the deck. But how unlucky was that, Suhas?
Someone who idolizes Surya Kumar Yadav. Kanika wants to back like him too, and that's the offside shot that I was talking about. There is protection in the deep though. Shorna ensuring it's only a single. Sometimes from the middle of the bat can grant you a single. The outside edge just moments ago granted 4.
I called it when she walked into bat. I said, hold on to your hats. Kanika Ahuja is not going to take any half measures. The left-hander, very aggressive, coming off a successful WPL as well for RCB. And Vrinda Dinesh, she's not doing too bad herself.
Should be taken. Vrinda Dinesh departs, and it's a huge moment in this game. Sultana persists with her line and length, and Vrinda has ended up checking her shot and gifting a catch. There's never a right time to lose a wicket, but I feel it's always a right time to pick up one. And Bangladesh have broken the partnership. Was deep inside the crease, but in the end it was a simple catch, didn't get the elevation.
You can hear that music as well in the background, getting louder and louder as the fans pour in. It's the end of Vrinda Dinesh, 36 off 29, a very good knock. 5 fours and a 6 for her. She's going to walk back to the dugout. She's going to get a round of applause. There's still a little bit of work here to do for India A. Soumya Tiwari walks in at number 6, a punch of the gloves. Kanika Ahuja and her just having a conversation, no doubt. Just talking about that target. But India A right now looking very good for something in the region of 130. Bangladeshi fans, some VIPs as well from the consular mission in here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. They brought their flags with them. And Sultana Khatun, she's brought Bangladesh A another wicket.
Yeah, the flags of all sizes. Good enough to wave, some good enough to drape over their shoulders and enjoy. Just love the tinge of patriotism that's taken over the Tin Kwong cricket ground here.
I tell you what, Bangladeshi fans. I think it's the first time I've seen Indian fans being outnumbered. Definitely come here loud and proud, the Bangladeshi fans. A big cheer as well at the fall of that wicket. And again, Ahuja looking leg side. 2 balls left. Sultana.
It's not a bad option at all because she's tied down Kanika by limiting her options by firing it into her pads.
Yeah, we say this so often. On a surface that offers a lot of turn, it's often the straighter ones that actually end up taking wickets. That's exactly what happened to Sweta Sehrawat as well at the top of the order.
Now Kanika, who loves to roar, versus the most soft-spoken in the side, Soumya. Just waited forever for that ball to arrive. Didn't want to offer the bat, rather wanted to accept that ball onto the bat. The second run, the only thoughts of it were entertained for a moment. Soon realized wouldn't be possible. 15 overs gone, 94 for 4.
That's also the end of Sultana Khatun's spell. 4 overs, 2 for 30. But she bowled a lot better than those figures suggested. 2 boundaries as well, edged down to deep third for 4. She got a bit unlucky, created a lot of chances. Once again, you can see leading the wickets for Bangladesh, 2 for 30 in her full quota. Rabia, she's got 1 left. Nahida, she's got 2. And I get the feeling that they're going to bowl their full quota. But Bangladesh need to find another 2 overs from somewhere. You get the feeling.
Little bit of a stutter in taking that single, eyeing the non-striker's end. But Soumya makes it. This is going to be an interesting battle. Now this, of course, was a battle of minds. Once again, playing with soft hands. Kanika had made it. It was up to Soumya. And she did too in the end. Now Kanika all set to bludgeon the ball, especially if it's on offer through the offside. Versus Soumya, who's batting with the softest of hands possible. Very contrasting styles of play. Oh, this one turned.
I just heard one fan yell out, bowling, bowling. And he's right. Generous amount of turn like you can see there. She was shaping up to maybe go offside. Dream on, Kanika, says the leg spinner. I wonder if we're going to see the other one. The one that turns the other way.
Kanika was a little slow to start off with, but still the second run is on. She thinks this could be trouble. The dive had to come into play. It could be touch and go. Soumya is not looking happy. The throw was a little wild and it had to be tamed, but Rabia was in the right position to collect and dislodge. All eyes on the big screen now. This decision is with the third umpire.
Yeah, they need this wicket as well, Bangladesh, to peg back India. And I can hear some of the fielders as well asking the question, was the bat in the air? Bangladesh, they're not too sure. India's body language as well. India A's body language not the best. Did well to fetch it from so wide. Is she going to get back in time? No, not quite. There should be another wicket. There should be another wicket for Bangladesh A. We've gone up as a formality just to make sure. We're waiting for the decision, and there you go, the red light. She's already back in the dugout. Oh, she's walking towards it, Soumya Tiwari. India A now, they've lost half their side. They're 96 for 5. We're halfway through the 16th. Soumya Tiwari walks back for a run of ball 3. And Rabia, she will not get credited for that wicket. But she deserves some sort of credit for creating that pressure on India A. Soumya Tiwari, a very promising cricketer. That's the end of her tournament with the bat. And that 120 mark that we often speak of. There's a chance Bangladesh could restrict India under that mark, that 120 magical figure. And Shreyanka Patil walks in at number 7 to join her RCB teammate. We've talked her up throughout the tournament, Shreyanka Patil. And she loves to move across her stumps as well to access that leg side. Moves around in a crease, a very industrious cricketer. 3 balls left now. Rabia.
Good field positioning. Kanika wanting to attack but will only get a single. Shreyanka on strike for the first time. Marufa good enough for that throw as well. Now Shreyanka, she's going to play that 23 kind of an innings that she played versus Mumbai in the WPL. Shreyanka Patil, a star from Karnataka. That was a gritty 23. They need something similar to provide the finishing touches to this innings, India A.
Yeah, she's confident. She's big on social media. Sort of a junior Jemima Rodriguez, in fact, on social media.
Where do you bring your comparisons from? Just tells you how much you're glued into your socials too. Always fun to watch you there, all. She's quite content letting the ball turn. Shreyanka. And she also mentioned after that match-winning performance with the ball in hand that her coach was around to see her, who took the flight to watch her play here in Hong Kong. Arjun.
The dot ball to close things out. And what a spell. Rabia Khan, the leg spinner, 1 for 14 in her 4 overs. She took 2 for 13 yesterday and once again delivers with the ball for skipper Lata Mondal and Bangladesh A. And again, that run rate for India, just a shade over 6 runs and over. We're well into the death overs now. Look at that beautiful backdrop. So good to see some fans in, some Indian fans. Maybe looking a little bit pensive after losing those 2 quick wickets just now. Suhas Vedam, he's going to rest his vocal cords. And joining me in the comm box for the last 4 overs is Mikhail Vaswani. He's going to take a sip of water perhaps. Now he's ready. Mikhail, 4 overs left. Big 4 overs as well.
Oh yes, Jay. India just losing momentum after controlling most part of this innings. Nahida into the attack. Worked away towards mid-wicket. Kanika is shaping up well. It's over to Shreyanka. Another fine utility player on the side. Important passage of play, the next 23 deliveries.
It's also the first time she's batting in this tournament, Shreyanka Patil. And she's yet to get off the mark. And make no mistake, Nahida Akhtar, one of the best bowlers in this tournament. She's taken 74 wickets in her T20I career. The 3rd highest wicket taker for Bangladesh in T20Is. All that experience. 8 years worth of experience in international cricket. And you get the feeling she's going to bowl the 17th and the 19th over. Just taking some time to set her field. Oh, and she's bolder. That's the end of Shreyanka Patil. The flags keep waving here for Bangladesh A. They've picked up 3 quick wickets.
And Bangladesh is coming back into this game. The crowd are on their feet. The Bangladesh support is coming in large numbers here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Shreyanka Patil has to walk back without scoring. That was too close to cut for her. That delivery went with the arm. Another wicket here for Bangladesh A. 98 for 6. Coming wide of the wicket. Straighter. And it was all about you miss, I hit. And what a wicket this for Nahida.
Yeah, I don't think she was quite playing the percentages either. It's not like there was a large gap there on the offside. Maybe just playing for the turn. Second time she's taken a wicket with an arm ball. Kashvi Gautam walks in at 8. Again, that arm ball came from wide of the crease this time.
The way she's varying her pace with her deliveries, Nahida, and her length. Just getting the batters out of their comfort zone. This was just hurried. Too close to cut once again. Not the right length. She should be playing forward there, Kashvi. This time better. But finds the fielder. Yes, no. And they decide against a run. And that's the right decision.
And that run rate less than 6 runs and over. Ideally, they'd want to restrict India A to something in the region of 115. And if they can do that, I think we're going to get one heck of a contest yet again at the Emerging Teams Asia Cup. 2 balls left in the 17th. She comes down the track. Sneaks through for a single. Gets off the mark, but they need boundaries.
Gets to the other end. Gets Kanika back on strike, who's looked very good for her 15 runs. Now it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see the kind of play Kanika will adopt. Will she still want to attack? Or she'll just bide time and play till the 20th?
Actually, big gaps there on the leg side. Nobody in the circle, in fact, on the leg side. So an easy single if she just wants to retain strike for the next over. Last ball coming up. Oh, she's missed that. Lucky to get away with that. The keeper, Dilara Akhtar, should have done better. I think we're going to see a signal. Yes, 4 byes there. And 100 up for India as well. They're 103 for 6 after 17.
We've seen so many runs go that way. Bangladesh will be guilty of letting a lot of runs behind the wicket. Just not happy there, Nahida. Not impressed with the wicketkeeper, Dilara. 100 up for India A. Kanika living dangerously, but she's still continuing to play that aggressive innings that's needed in the middle. India continue to fight on despite the follow wickets.
Yeah, Bangladeshi fans not too happy with that. A lot of them pouring into the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground, outnumbering their Indian counterparts. But look, Hashan Tilakaratne, the head coach of Bangladesh A, not happy with their 62 balls for the first 50, just 40 for the second 50. 2 drop catches, that missed stumping as well. A straight slog sweep down the ground. Lata Mondal doing a good job there at long on, keeps it down to 1. But like I said, Hashan Tilakaratne, he's going to be taking notes. A pair of drop catches, that missed stumping as well. And it can make a big difference, especially in this big final.
What I've liked about India's approach, despite the follow wickets, they've continued to play some very aggressive cricket, and that's come in very handy. You don't want to get into the shell. There again was that a miss-stumping. An opportunity gone a-begging. Dilara's not having the best of days behind the stumps, but Kanika certainly is chancing her luck.
You can take a look at that replay. Oh yeah, put it down. Should have been a very, very easy stumping. Kanika Ahuja. That's 2 lives for her in the space of just 2 deliveries. That's the 4th missed opportunity in this innings for Bangladesh A. 4 balls left now in the 18th. Goes leg side again, a bit of a slog. Work to do in the deep for the fielder. Gets a strong throw in, keeps it down to 1. But Mikhail, another let off.
It's been an off day in the field for Bangladesh. A few catches dropped as well. But they've had their moments, they've grabbed it as well, they've let a few go. But in a big final, you need to grab even your half chances, they say. Over to Kashwi.
Down the track, hasn't got all of it in the air. This time it's taken. Kashwi got them, the 7th wicket to fall for India A.
And finally, Sanjida gets a reward. Her first wicket coming in a 4th over. But that was a nothing shot. Kashwi just going for broke there. Threw a bat at it. And perishes. Straightforward catch lobbed at backward point. Tried to overhit it. Straightforward catch for Rabia there at backward point. Wicket number 7 goes for India A. Kanika at the other end telling her partner, get me on strike. That's my job. She walks back for 2. It's 105 for 7.
It's that P word, isn't it? Pendulum. The pendulum has swung yet again here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Tita Sadhu walks in at number 9. She's going to have a huge role to play with the ball. But can she get India beyond that 120, 125 mark? I get the feeling 125, 130 with runs on the board. India A would be favourites to clinch the trophy.
14 legal deliveries left. And Kanika would have told her partner, Titas, just get me on strike. We can still get some runs, get somewhere close to 115, 120. Plays it off the back foot, gets a single towards covers, off the mark as well, gets to the other end. And now it'll be interesting to see what does Kanika do. Does she take a single to retain strike or go for the big hit?
You've got to play it cool like MS Dhoni. Take it to the last over. As long as Kanika Ahuja is still there in the last over, she can get a couple of boundaries away and get India A to a potentially winning total. Last ball of her spell, Sanjida does well, shortens her length. It's tucked away in the leg side. Should just be a single. And yes, wisely, India A not chancing their arm. End of a good spell, 1 for 26 at the end of her 4 overs for Sanjida. 2 overs left, India 107 for 7.
Good start for India. Shweta was looking good, but she departed for 13. But the Chetri Vrinda partnership was key. Particularly Vrinda. She looked so good in the middle. She got a 36 of 29. After which Kanika has held the middle order and added a lot of metal as well. And she pretty much needs to bat till their end if they have to get to somewhere in excess of 120, 125. The low middle order just about capitulated, caved in. But now the next 12 deliveries will be key for India's progress in this innings of theirs.
It's not going to be easy to go big against Nahida. She tries to go big, that's high. Has she found the gap? It's running down to the boundary. The fielder at deep mid-wicket runs around, keeps it down to 2. And Ahuja's going to retain strike.
I just felt the fielder should have attacked the ball instead of going around it there in the deep. Just to ensure that they have Titas on strike. But there's always going to be 2. Just need to show some urgency there. Lata Mondal.
Bit of a hold up in play. She's just retying her shoelaces here. Kanika Ahuja. I think she's gathering her thoughts as well while she does that.
What a day of cricket it's been. Uninterrupted play. That's the biggest gain, biggest positive. Clear skies. Sun still playing hide and seek, and some good cricket on offer.
2 for 9 so far. She's into her 4th over. Goes against the spin. This time, Kanika Ahuja. Just a single down to long off, and Bangladesh A won't mind this. It's the new batter, Tita Sadhu, on strike.
Interesting to see Nahida's reaction as well. She felt that was a catch. In fact, she was livid with the fielder in the deep, and after some time she realizes that was never a catch and it was only a 1 bounce regulation fielding effort, and she quickly acknowledged that as well. I tell you, bowlers always want wickets.
And Nahida Akhtar as well. It's a bit greedy, isn't she? 74 T20I wickets. This, of course, is not a T20I game. But Nahida, she doesn't care. She wants that 3rd wicket, maybe a 4th as well. 4 balls left in her spell. Comes wide of the crease. Slapped. Straight to cover. They sneak through for a single as well.
Works for India as far as Kanika is on strike. She's batting on a very gritty 20 of 18. Expect some fireworks. She will launch herself into anything that's pitched up.
Again goes big. Doesn't get all of it. There's work to do here for Long On, who this time attacks the ball. Rabia Khan, well done.
And I just felt Tita should have maybe pushed her partner for a second. Maybe run that first run fast, because she was running at the danger's end. Nevertheless, runs coming in singles at the moment here for India.
So many strong parallels between Tita Sadhu and Jhulan Goswami. She can give it a whack as well. She's got the long levers. Picks up a single to deep cover.
Quite an interesting story there, Tita Sadhu. Her father himself an athlete, runs a cricket academy. She always wanted to be a cricketer, and she had a long chat with her parents saying, if I play cricket, it has to be for India. Very inspirational.
Moves across her stumps, misses that. An optimistic appeal. Oh, run out chance as well. Oh, sent back just in time there. But a good penultimate over. Let's take a look at this replay. It could have been another wicket, but she was sent back just in time. Good spell though from Nahida Akhtar. 2 for 13 in her 4 overs. She's been a pick of the bowlers so far. 1 over left. India 113 for 7. It's going to be Tita Sadhu on strike for the last over. Again, maybe a direct hit. Maybe if she was turned back just 1 second later, it could have been that 8th wicket.
So many times the difference is the direct hit. That could have easily been curtains to Kanika. Stay in the middle as well. All right, we're all set for the final over. It's going to be Marufa Akhtar. Not had the greatest of match days, but she's a champion bowler. You'll expect a few slow deliveries coming in this final over. Tita Sadhu on strike. 113 for 7. Can they get past 120? Somewhere close to 125.
Bang, slapped, but straight to extra cover. Another dot ball there. And maybe she should have been backing up a little bit further, Kanika Ahuja. But I'm glad you called her a champion bowler. I was actually going to use the exact same phrase. Marufa Akhtar. Maybe lucky to get away with this. It was wide, it was slapped, but straight to extra cover.
I just felt the fielder was standing at the edge of the circle. There should have been a single for this. This time tries to overhit it. Finds a single towards mid-wicket. Brings Kanika on strike. All right then. Contest on the cards. Akhtar to Kanika. 4 deliveries left. Where will she be targeting?
I think she's answered that question. She's looking leg side again. Kanika Ahuja. And I think Marufa Akhtar, like you just signaled, Mikhail Vaswani, the best way to operate in this last over is roll your fingers over the ball, and hit that hard length, just back of a length. Try and get the batters to hit towards those longer square boundaries.